Hello, welcome to this new episode of Jordan Live TV. And you're probably wondering, Jordan, what's today's episode about? And where's your amazing, handsome looking face, right? Where's your body, man? Well, it's about 12 a.m. here, and I didn't get to work as much on PixelScript today. That's why I waited so long to make this video tonight. And it's all about to begin, the modding update is just about ready to go. Actually, Google Play is telling me that I need to push a new update anyways, because I have to target the new Android API, the new Android version, a minimum version, and that means I need to upload it. I need to update the game anyways. Thankfully, the game with the modding update and with the multiplayer feature is just about finished. The modding update is actually ready to go. You can build real levels with it. You can build real nodes, behaviors, and objects like the mushroom and the tree. Although before I will begin working on the level editor, and try to get that out before August 1st. And that way, the month of August is going to be just about me showing the game as much as I can, adding little features here, little things, small things that aren't necessarily related to the big updates we just pushed or we're just pushing. The challenge with PixelScript is mainly that when I'm creating this game, I have to remember that this is 5 years worth of code. This is about what, like 10? I wouldn't be surprised if it was more than 10,000 lines of code, most of it being C++. And if you've ever worked in C++, you realize that it's not the easiest language to get around. And that's my plan, to get this out August 1st. And if I can get the level editor or not, and if not, then I'll still push it out. The level editor will come during the month of August. And I want to also begin working more on PixelScript. I've kind of put a pause on it because I have made the decision that, what I want to do from now on is focus more on making PixelScript, making Kazoku, making Emmy, making these games and building the tools that I need to make them. That's why I made PixelScript, because I wanted to be able to mod any of my games. I wanted to be able to script my games without being forced into a language like JavaScript or C# or C++ even. Being able to choose my language for scripting, for modding, for gameplay. That's PixelScript. PixelScript has a bug I have to fix, although it's not causing an issue right now in PixelScript, which is why I haven't fixed it. And another library that I've already started and I'm making some progress in, is called Epoch 1. It's reminiscent to the name of my company, Epoch Tech. And the 1 stands for, well, it doesn't stand for anything, but the 1 means 1 bit. 1 bit or ternary bit LLMs. The concept is that, look at Microsoft's BitNet library, that you can run ternary LLMs via Llama CPP. Although I haven't had much luck compiling BitNet, I have in the past. They must have changed something. I followed the instructions, didn't work very well. Maybe it's a skill issue. But because of that, I thought, you know what? Why don't I just go and build my own? I'm going to use Odin to do it. I am not currently building it out in the open, although perhaps I will share something about that in the next few videos in August. And what about Yo-Yo? Yo-Yo, I'm going to make a video on Yo-Yo very soon and give you some updates about how Yo-Yo is being paused, which means it's not going to be developed as importantly anymore, because I'm going to be doing game-focused things, game-focused development. What am I doing then? Am I going to be using just Godot? Or am I going to be using Yo-Yo and Godot, or just Yo-Yo? Well, the idea is that eventually I would move away from Godot for my games and use the Yo-Yo engine. It's just, making a game engine isn't easy. Especially when I want to think, okay, I don't want to do just 2D, I also want to do 3D. Well, how do I handle it? What language do I want to write it in? Do I want to use Odin? I really like Odin. It's a very nice language. Don't want to use Rust. I like Rust. I'm not liking the direction it's going in. Don't want to stick to C++. There's things I have to figure out with Yo-Yo still. Although a lot of the Yo-Yo core modules are being incorporated into PixelScript. We'll talk about that later. All right, let's just get into today's video. I've been 5 minutes just yapping, which is showing the multiplayer feature. At the moment, we have to type in an IP address, and it's actually a hashtag. So in the lobby screen on the host, it shows the ID you have to type in. You have to join the lobby. Although here on the bottom right, if you press this button, you'll join you'll see a UI which will populate your list of, hey, here are the current servers or the current game host on your network. Because we don't have at the moment server based, as in like dedicated server based, but that's coming soon too. That's gonna be early. Well, we'll talk about that later. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna join my game, and I just joined it. All right. Well, you can see we can. There's a character. Here's another character here. I'm not gonna move him because I believe the second. Actually, no, that's fine. If I move him around on the other screen, then you'll see. I mean, I'm moving. The character's moving. He doesn't have any hearts. He looks they will look exactly the same. There needs to be some customization involved, and I will have to add that feature. I used to actually have the feature, and I removed it because I didn't like it, but now it's necessary. And the code to join the game is up here on the top right. It's not the prettiest UI right now. It's just, I have to get something out there first until I know what I'm doing, what it's gonna look like. And so this is the map level, but the lobbies are going to have their own dedicated levels, and I'm not sure how they're gonna look yet. But those, once again, this level is, if I click on this, it won't do anything because I'm in a multiplayer mode. This level is being generated via the fast terrain module, which uses PixelScript. And oh, that's a bug I have to fix. And that's the core idea. Levels being generated using PixelScript. I'm using the same, by the way, that's how I can jump on this guy's head, kind of like in Mario, although he doesn't fall down by jumping on. I want to add that because that was one of my favorite things to do, was to bother my sisters when I would play Super Mario Bros. On the Wii. It's using the same core logic I've built into the game for single player and split screen, where the level is generated on the fly. I didn't have to change any of that. To add the multiplayer feature, I had a lot of code from an old version of the multiplayer that I was able to, migrate, I guess, to this new version of how Fast Terrain, Zawardo, and PixelScript all talk to each other. And it was very smooth. It worked very well. There was very few code changes to do. And the rest of, tomorrow, and probably the rest of the week, maybe some of the weekend, because the modding is good to go. Once I get the process set up that I can just add levels on the fly, I'll release, the modding is done. And right now it's just mostly multiplayer, making the UI a little pretty for the multiplayer. I haven't decided how I'm gonna make it look. If I wanna make it look more like this, or if like this is fine, or maybe something more like inspired by like Among Us. Can I jump on him and hold? Yeah, I can. That's cool. But yep, so stay tuned and subscribe if you haven't. If you're interested in the channel, interested in the content, subscribe, because every day there's a new video. Have a good night.